This chicken roast bread is not only simple but also very healthy. Added flour to my mixing bowl, unsalted butter. You can also use margarine, then sugar. The flour has been sieved. Instant dry yeast to one part of your bowl, and then salt another part of your bowl. Don't add salt and yeast together at the same portion of a bowl because your salt kills yeast. Now I mix everything up together. Next, I'm adding egg and then liquid milk. Please check the description box below for a link to the written recipe. I'm using very cold liquid milk, not lukewarm but very cold. You can use a room temperature liquid milk, not lukewarm. I'm mixing that all up to form a dough. And once this is achieved, I'm going to be transferring it to my work surface. And I'm going to be slamming the dough against my work surface, just like I did in my super soft dinner roll. If you have not seen the video, please check the description box below for a link to the video. And also check the icon at the top of this video for a direct link to the video. I'm just slamming it. This took me 10 minutes. If you are using a mixer, you could knead for 7 minutes. Now the dough is ready. The dough will be tacky to touch but not sticky, and by the time you pull it apart, it's going to stretch for a while before tearing. Now I used my hand to spread dough and then I molded it into a tight ball. Next, I grease my mixing bowl with little oil, and I'm going to place my dough in it and allow it to prove for an hour. This is the only time we are proving the dough. While that's proving, let's prepare the filling. To my pan, I added oil. I'm just going to leave it to heat up for a few seconds. Then I added my spring onion. You could use your red onion and you can use both. Next, I added my green pepper. This stir fry is very simple to make. You could use any filling of your choice, but I love making my fillings for my roast bread very simple. Next, my scotch bonnet. Boneless chicken, or you can also call it chicken breast. I love using chicken breast or boneless chicken for my fillings because it cooks on time and it has no bones, and I can eat up every part of it. Next, I added my Irish potato. I'm stirring with a wooden spatula. This prevents it from burning. Next, my chicken stock. If you don't have a chicken stock at hand, you could use milk or you could use yogurt, but don't use water. Now I covered it and allow it to simmer for 2 minutes. Now I'm adding my spices. Stir, and then I added my sesame oil. This is optional. You could use coconut oil, you could also use olive oil. Stir, cover and allow it simmer. Now when cooking this, make sure there are no oil or liquid remaining in the sauce so that it doesn't spill out of your dough when you fill it. Now this is ready. I transferred it to a flat plate and I'm going to allow this cool completely. Next, I got my baking tray and I'm going to grease it with butter, and then I'm going to dust it slightly with flour. If you don't want to do this option, you could use your parchment paper or a brand paper. If you are still watching, it means you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. Dust off the excess Now to my glaze. I usually use egg and milk for my glaze. This gives me a golden look after my bread or my pastries are baked. Now this is proven. Just punch it down a little, and then I'm going to transfer it to my work surface and divide it into 110 gram each per dough. This gives me big roast bread. You could do use a smaller weight. You could do 105 gram or 85 gram, but these are large roast bread. Next, I dusted my work surface with little flour, placed my dough on it, and I'm going to roll out the dough to a disc shape. Using my rolling pin. When sprinkling your work surface with flour, make sure it's slightly. You don't want to add excess flour to your dough. Now I'm using my pizza cutter to cut out 5 triangles just like this. It's very simple to make. Make sure you leave a space in the middle of your dough. Then I'm going to grease the edges with my glaze. Greasing the edges with my glaze. And then I'm going to add my filling. I'm adding 2 teaspoons per dough. That's because my roast breads are large. And I'm going to fold in this manner. Just look at the video, it's quite simple. Make sure when you're folding, you're sealing it well. Now this is ready. This is looking pretty, just like your fondant rose. Now I place it on my baking tray. Prior to this time, I already preheated my oven. Your bread dough needs very hot oven. I'm just repeating the folding process again. If you watch my dinner roll video, you know that I stated that your bread doughs need very hot oven, and I steam bake all my bread doughs and also all my pastries. If you want to learn more about bread making, pastries, snacks, please feel free to sign up for my online classes or my on-site classes if you are within Lagos. My online classes run 24/7 on Telegram. They are well detailed with personal and downloadable notes. Just repeating the process. Glaze, then fold. Please remember to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Share, comment, tag me to your creations. I really want to see them. If you notice, I'm picking each triangle at opposite direction. This is also ready. Now I'm going to glaze it with my milk glaze, and I'm going to bake in my preheated oven. Depending on how hot your oven is, this took me 8 minutes. So within 8 to 10 minutes, your bread should be ready. Now, how are you going to know your bread is ready? You'll notice a golden brown look, and then when you tap the bread, you're going to hear a hollow sound. Now this is ready. Immediately you bring your bread out of the oven, brush the top with butter to give it that shiny look and to also soften the crust. And your roast breads are ready. Enjoy them in the morning as breakfast, lunch, or as dinner. They are super soft and they are easy and they are healthy. See you next week.